Hi guys, this is just a video to demonstrate my Minecart system. It looks pretty simple on the outside. You just press the button, it sends the minecart down the rest of the way, and you arrive over here. However, something really cool happens once you press the button. If you look up at the roof, a piston actually moves the roof away and the new cart falls in. Then over here, I used to have a standard curve, like, let me show you what I mean. Over there where the track splits between the departure and the arrival, I used to do that. Whoops. So in one direction you go straight, but in the other you turn. But the annoying thing about that, as you saw, is when you're going this way, it always sort of glitches over to the right before turning straight, which was driving me crazy. So I used the miracle of pistons. And if we go over here, let me just take this to make it faster. You see, instead I have a piston there. And what happens is, when you cross this thing, the piston actually moves the track over here, where the cart comes in, and then it moves over to here. Then, as the cart returns, I need to reload it into the system. So what happens is that I have one piston that pulls the track away. Then I have another piston that pulls the floor down, and then two pistons down here which actually pull the floor away. Let me see if I can take this out and kind of show it to you. There we go. Let me just grab a cart. So you can see how it works. See? Once down here, the cart lands on, whoops, get out of here and take my access route. When the floor is pulled away, the cart lands on this booster track, which has a block behind it. So it immediately gets boosted forward, follows this track, and lands here, reloading the system. What happens when you actually press the button to depart is that the button sends a signal down all the way to these tracks, powering them up. It sends this cart up this hill all the way up here, where it hits this detector rail with this repeater set to a 1-tick delay, which pulls the roof away, and the cart has enough speed that it actually lands on this platform itself. So when the block is moved away, it just falls straight down onto the track. At the same time, the current that powers these moves them all up and then falls into their new slot, ensuring that there's always a cart ready. The really hard part about the arrival site was actually doing the timing. I had to have a bunch of delay set up just so you'd have enough time to get out before the floor moves away. But this was the really hard part to coordinate, because if not, the piston, basically the tracks, if they get moved onto a position where there is no block, it gets destroyed. So you have to make sure that the block's there when the track gets pulled away, and it's there when the track is put back. Which means that the top piston actually has to take longer for a cycle than the bottom one. So that's what this is. This is a memory cell. Basically, once the current hits it, it changes positions. It actually turns this torch on and this torch off, retracting the piston. And it stays off until you reset it. The signal is actually split into a secondary signal with delays, which goes to the reset area. So after it's pulled away, the time that it takes for the current to travel through here is the time that it takes the pistons to go back into place. The current hits there, resets the system, and then the piston pushes the track back in place. I recently found out that a simpler and I think more elegant way is to build a reversible signal generator. So I will probably be using that instead when I make the other station at the other end of this. But it works well enough, so I'm not going to take the time to modify that. And that, in a nutshell, is my minecart system. I will leave you guys with, let me go ahead and reload this cart so I don't end up messing the system up. And one more for the road. I will leave you guys with a nice view of the outside of my tower. And yes, that is pure obsidian and it is legitly obtained. I actually have had my entire inventory filled with buckets and I just dumped lava and poured water on top right on the wall. So that's not technically mined obsidian, the tower is basically cast out of obsidian. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and everybody have a good day. Thank you.